Hey there! Welcome to today's episode. I'm your host, and today we are diving into the fascinating world of SEO, or search engine optimization. If you've ever wondered how websites rank on Google and why some pages get more traffic than others, then you are in the right place. Today's topic is all about SEO submissions, specifically the debate between quality and quantity. Should you focus on submitting your website everywhere, hoping for mass backlinks, or should you be more selective and go for high-quality, authoritative sites? We are going to break down both approaches and help you understand what really works. So, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Before we dive into the quality versus quantity debate, let's first understand what SEO submissions are. In the context of SEO, submissions refer to the process of getting your website listed or linked on other websites. A common form of this is link building, where you try to get other websites to link back to your content. Think of it this way: if other websites are saying your content is worth linking to, search engines like Google take that as a sign that your website must be valuable. The more links, the better, right? Well, not exactly. That's what we are going to explore today. Quality SEO submissions, the power of authority. Let's start by talking about quality submissions. When we say quality in SEO, we are referring to links from reputable and authoritative websites. These are websites that have a strong reputation in your industry or niche, and their content is trusted by users and search engines alike. For example, if you have a blog about fitness and a well-known fitness website like Healthline links to your article, that's a high-quality submission. The reason why this is powerful is because Google trusts Healthline as a reliable source of information. So, when they link to you, they're essentially vouching for your content. One of the best things about quality submissions is that they often come from websites that have a genuine interest in your content. They're not just linking to you for the sake of it, but because your article is truly helpful to their audience. Why quality over quantity? So why focus on quality? Isn't more better? The answer lies in Google's algorithm. In the past, SEO was all about getting as many links as possible. Some websites tried to trick the system by submitting their sites to hundreds or thousands of directories, even low-quality ones. But Google has gotten smarter. Today, Google looks at the relevance and trustworthiness of the sites linking to you. If you have hundreds of low-quality links from spammy websites, Google might even penalize your site for bad SEO practices. But if you have just a few high-quality links from trusted sources, you are far more likely to see better results in your rankings. A good example here would be if you are an online store selling organic skincare products. If a reputable beauty blog with a large, engaged audience links to your product pages, you are not just getting traffic from their site, you are also telling Google that your store is a credible resource in the skincare industry. Quantity SEO submissions, the drawbacks of going for volume. Now, let's talk about quantity submissions. This approach involves trying to get as many backlinks as possible, regardless of quality. For example, submitting your website to hundreds of online directories or posting links on low-authority blogs. The goal here is simple: the more links you have, the more likely it is that search engines will notice your website. But here's the problem. This approach often leads to links from spammy or irrelevant sites, and Google is very good at spotting this. When you focus too much on quantity, you might end up with a lot of low-quality links, which can actually hurt your rankings in the long run. The real problem with too many low-quality links. Here's where it gets tricky. Let's say you go ahead and submit your website to hundreds of websites and directories. You might see a temporary boost in your rankings because Google will see these new links, but what happens when Google realizes these links are coming from spammy sites or low authority directories? You can end up facing a penalty, and your rankings might drop significantly. Plus, all those links may not even bring you real traffic, they're just numbers on a page. Worse, if a spammy site links to you, your website could be associated with low-quality content, and that association can damage your brand's reputation. Best practices: how to strike the right balance between quality and quantity. So, if quality is key, how can an SEO expert find the right balance between quality and quantity? Well, first off, it's important to remember that not all links are created equal. Here are some best practices to consider. Focus on niche relevance. Look for websites that are relevant to your industry or niche. For example, if you are a travel blogger, a link from a tourism board website is more valuable than a link from a general news site. Prioritize authority. Getting a link from a high-authority site like Forbes, the New York Times, or Modes is more valuable than 100 links from lesser-known sources. Diversify link types. Focus on getting a mix of link types, guest posts, press mentions, directory submissions, and organic mentions on social media or forums. Avoid link farms. Never submit your site to link farms or low-quality directories. These are websites whose only purpose is to collect backlinks, and Google doesn't value them. 10 example situations: how SEO experts should approach submissions. Linking to local business directories. If you own a local bakery, submitting to a trusted local directory can provide good, relevant backlinks. Guest posting on reputable blogs. As a marketing agency, you could write a guest post for a leading marketing blog like HubSpot, offering insights on SEO. Getting listed in industry-specific directories. For an online pet store, submitting to a pet-related directory is a great way to get relevant links. Social media mentions. Gaining mentions or links from respected social media influencers can add value to your SEO strategy. Contributing to a research paper. If you contribute to an academic research paper on health, having your name and website linked in the bibliography adds credibility. Building relationships with bloggers. Create genuine relationships with bloggers in your industry. Over time, they might naturally link to your website in their articles. Submitting to well-known review sites. If you run a software company, submitting your product to sites like Captura or G2 for reviews can build high-quality links. Being featured in news stories. When your business gets featured in reputable media outlets, it's a great opportunity to gain high-quality backlinks. Creating infographics. Share infographics that offer value, and others may link to them as a resource. Creating research or case studies. Writing in-depth, data-driven articles that others might reference in their own content. So, to wrap up, when it comes to SEO submissions, it's clear that quality should always be your priority over quantity. Yes, having a lot of links sounds appealing, but they only help if they're coming from relevant, trustworthy sources. As an SEO expert, your job is to make sure that the links you are acquiring are valuable and beneficial to both your website and the websites linking to you. Focus on building genuine relationships, creating great content, and submitting to high-quality platforms. In the long run, this will build a much stronger and more sustainable SEO strategy. Thanks for tuning in today, and remember, quality always trumps quantity when it comes to SEO. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Feel free to leave us a comment if you have any questions about SEO submissions or if you want to share your experiences with SEO.